Hello everyone, Nina Garcia here, host of Cocoacaliente. Today I will be having two special artists on my podcast show. Lazaris, the top Dawn.
Now a nigga getting money and seats in the game, and I ain't lying in the seats in the range. I mean it's over. I'm clipping on the barrel, the clip it hit you like Harold. It's all over. The game is on foreclosure. I'm champagne seats, man. I'ma swerve on him, homie. Walk around like he got a damn bird on him. Swerve. Stop it.
Even Rico Saturday at the table. Huh? You niggas living in a fable. Not illusion, got your mental disabled. Riding dirty, but a nigga gotta act clean. Where a nigga 40 still acting like he dirty, and a nigga that's 30 still acting like he 20. Nigga, I'm me, ain't nothing you could tell me. I got my own dreams you can't sell me.
Stay tuned for more. It's gonna be an awesome show. Ciao. Hello, Nina Garcia here, host of Cocoacaliente. Today I have two special guests with me, and
I go by the name of Lazaris, Lazaris the Top Dawn. Y'all can follow me on everywhere on Instagram at Lazaris the Top Dawn.
And
I go by the name of Epull, stands for Equality, Peace, Unity, Love, and Loyalty, and you can follow me everywhere at Epull Music.
well, Lazaris, tell me about yourself. I see that you are a host, you are a CEO, you are an artist, you have a lot going on. Tell me about yourself.
Just wait, rather hit him with the bars. Damn, it's some like the K. I ain't gonna play now, they know I'm still arranging. The kid with more styles than David, I mean I'm flagrant. I'm hitting all the music with fucking my shit amazing. And once I'm down, both of my hands, they on the pavement. They hating now, man, cause this is a celebration.
Shout out to all those that know me. I go by Lazaris the Top Dawn. I've been in the music industry for a little while now. I'm one of New York City's top promoters. I've promoted from other artists and given other artists showcase and platform away myself as an artist.
And all the game is all spinning. Fuck it, I rearrange it. I'm watching, I got a motion picture. Cause I'm the nigga that'll chop off your hands, remind you of Edward Scissorhands.
I was an artist part of another group called the House of Representatives before I wound up changing, and now I'm my own CEO and I own my own record label. It's called Top Down Empire. I was blessed to work in the music industry with the infamous Amadeus and Lord Sear, which are basically both of my two mentors who got me here where I'm at now. I have a mixtape out right now, and I'm currently working on my album and 3 singles out right now.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You had enough salami and crackers and.
Pause. Yes.
Okay. Very good, very good. I'm glad. So Epull, I see that you're also an artist, a producer, an engineer, and a songwriter.
With their hand on that Bible and the other hand pointing to lock you up and indict you. The world's gone crazy, madness is in the streets. The devil won a war and the angels, they fight for peace. The kids gotta suffer, they learning from what you teach. But how the fuck they gonna learn? You ain't practicing what you preach.
Yeah, I rap, I make beats, I engineer, I went to IAR, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing music for over like 15 years. I was never really doing music for like no check or getting money or nothing. It was always like a way to cope with everything that I was going through in my life and everything. It was almost like, you know, like a writer, a poet just expressing themselves through these words. And I felt back from the music scene for a minute, but you know, Lazaris my bro, so one day we was just chopping it up, having a conversation, and he basically like, yo, you gotta stop playing and come back out, like, because I was signed to a label and all that, and dropped an EP back in 2016 called Never Give Up. It's still out everywhere, but I kind of fell back from everything from then, and then when me and him hooked up again, he basically like inspired me to do this again and be like, you know, don't waste my talents.
That's very good. So you're a motivator, an inspirational person too. That's very good.
Thank you.
And that's something that I like to talk about in my podcast. Everything is about inspiration, not just music.
Right.
You know, I love to listen to artists like you guys that can inspire others as well. So Lazaris, tell me about your song Crossfire.
Caught up in crossfire, bullets get exchanged, get caught up in crossfire. Caution yellow tape, get caught up in crossfire. No, you're not safe, get caught up in crossfire. I got these haters mad cause I'm heavily caking in my advance.
Alright, my song Crossfire, that's actually one of my newest singles that's out right now. It's coming out on my mixtape album. It's called Success in My Path Volume 1. It'll be hosted by Gorilla Tone from Success Clothing and from the infamous Amadeus from Shady 45.
So when the project come out?
The project, I haven't given a release date. There's a reason for that. There's a strategy behind everything.
Oh shit! It has to be. It has to be.
They never asked Picasso when he was gonna finish his shit.
They just gave him time to marinate.
Yeah, I mean,
So, Epull, I see that you performed a song in Pompeii 2015 about a female.
That song was actually not about per se one female, but a bunch of different situations that you know I was going through at the time with different females, cause you know I was a little hottie dotty, whatever you want to call it back then. Like, so you know I just put it all together and it sounds like it's one girl, but that's just really a lot of situations that I was going through with different type of females. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, what I was feeling is the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically like. Wow. Show me love, like and be honest and be real.
You was very emotional at that time.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I haven't put out nothing in a minute, but I still got these tracks in the stash and a hot flash. Anybody get the business?
I also wanted to know about what inspired you to get into music, coming from the Bronx.
Oh wow, that's a big question for you to ask me there, and a good one. I'm inspired because music is in my bloodline, so that way y'all can know. Yo soy puertorriqueño y cubano. My tía is Arsenio Rodriguez, which is the #1 singer in all of Cuba, known for playing the tres. And my uncle Chocolate, they both have streets renamed after them. One is in Manhattan. I was blessed, you know, my uncle had 116th renamed after him, you know, near Taino Towers.
Oh wow.
Okay, and then right here, my other uncle, Arsenio, right here in the Bronx on Dawson Street, you know, Carmen del Royo, and the city at the time basically had renamed the street after him, and it's on Dawson Street. And I was there for the street renaming and signing, and I'm his last living descendant and nephew. Y todavía está haciendo la música en los dos idiomas, English and Spanish. So what happened is it comes from my heritage, it comes from my bloodline. So this comes from everybody, even from my grandfather Kike, may he rest in peace. At the time they played in all places in the Bronx, in the Gran Combo, everywhere that you could possibly think of. So it comes from me streaming in my bloodline and my family.
So you keep that legacy.
I keep that legacy.
Good. That's very good. So Epull, tell me, you come from the Bronx as well. What inspired you to start with become an engineer, producer, and artist? Because you do a lot as well.
Yeah, I was basically raised in the Bronx. I'm actually born in Puerto Rico, and I didn't really come to America till like probably like kindergarten or first grade or some shit like that. So I didn't even know English till like 3rd, 4th grade. You know what I'm saying? So and like Laz, you know, I don't really like, my pops died when I was young, so I don't really know too much about him, but as I grew older, I found out he did play the congas and that shit that go
El Guido.
El Guido. He used to have the DJ. I still got the DJ set on the house that's in the projects. Like, so it's like I'm like reliving everything and finding out. But I actually got into hip hop through like in my teenage years, when you know it's like the rebellious years, when you out in the streets, mommy's telling you come upstairs before the lights turn on, but you still outside probably smoking weed with your friends, and they rapping and they like, oh, let me hear something from you. And it just, that's how I actually started rapping and making hip-hop music. Like, was like that with my friends hyping it up, like, yo, let me hear some bars. And then I just said, oh, that shit's hot. And then that led me to start writing. When I got into high school, I started battling, and you know what I'm saying, like, and then seeing that, oh, I like, wow, like I got it, like, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, it was always about expressing my, like you said, I was emotional, so it was like expressing myself through my music, letting out everything, all the pain. Because, you know, growing up, a lot of people, you know, they don't really have people to talk to that's like really close enough for you to open up and actually let out that side. So I didn't have that either. What I had was the music, and that's how I basically fell in love with doing music. And I started engineering because it's like I got my own equipment and nobody knows what they doing, but I want to know.
That's so true.
Like, so everybody want to rap, but you can't just rap. Like, you got to go into the microphone and spit it correctly. Niggas got to mix it down and do a whole bunch of other stuff that nobody wanted to get into, but I didn't have the money to go pay people to go do that. So the money I did have, I bought all the equipment so I could do it myself, and basically learned on my own. And then as the years grew by and all that shit, I ended up getting locked up, whatever. I came home, but I was in jail, like hearing IAR commercials on Hot 97.
Hey, my name is Dom. I'm the audio production director here at Hot 97 in New York. For those of you that don't know, Hot 97 is the biggest hip-hop radio station in the world. Growing up, I knew I always loved radio and I always loved music, but I wasn't quite sure which path to pursue, and that's when I decided to go to IAR.
It's this weekend on Hot 97.
Now I know these days you can buy Pro Tools, you can buy gear for home and get by using it, but you're never really gonna know how to use it like a pro until you go to school.
Writing that shit down in the book, like I'm enjoying that shit, wrote the number down. When I came out, I called and I ended up getting in there with financial aid, God bless. I ended up basically using the government to further my knowledge of how to do music correctly. So when I put it out, you know, it's the sound level, the quality, everything is good, like type shit. Like.
And that's a very positive way to do it. That's also an inspirational answer, because there's a lot of children out there that they don't use that wisdom, they don't use that intelligence to make something out of it.
Yeah, like I'm actually like fucking $11,000 still in debt from that shit, but I got the knowledge from it. So one day I'm gonna blow and I'm gonna pay that shit off like it's nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta look at it like I went out my way to really risk it. Like fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But because this is what I love to do. Like my mom's died when I was 19, and I tied it. My first tat was her nickname on my neck, and then the next tat was that same summer. A few months later, was hip hop on my hands, and because I knew back then that this is what I wanted to do. Like
wow, very inspirational.
So that's why I thank this man too, because he brought me back.
Wow,
like
thank you, Lazaris.
You're welcome.
You know, I mean, I'm just saying thank you for him.
You're my brother, so you know.
Yeah, that's my brother.
But you know, he's very inspired by you, and that's something that you know you don't really see all the time.
I made him a promise. I believe it was 3. I might be wrong. It might be 4 years, but I'm not sure. I think it was 3 years ago. I made him a promise, and I told him, I said, when I get on the platform and I'm on there, I'm gonna bring you with me.
Wow.
Regardless of what, you know what I mean? And I guess he probably ain't think it was true. Like, you know, a lot of people be full of shit, so I get it. But like when he gave me the call, I actually told him, I'm like, this gotta get done. Esto tiene que estar hecho. You know what I mean? Tú sabes, nosotros estamos en escrito. Nadie va a pagar los biles, Jesucristo está ahí, hay un talento que nosotros tenemos que avisar y a mantener y a enseñarnos gente del Bronx que nosotros hay talento aquí en el bor.
That's right. There is a lot of talent. This is why I love to speak to artists like you guys, and all nationalities. I think that people that come from the Bronx are being misjudged, stereotyped.
Always.
And there's a lot of talented people in the Bronx that have a lot going on, but they're not being heard. And I love, you know, I like to hear everyone. You know, everyone has a talent. You have an awesome talent. I think you writing when you're emotional, that's the best. Because that's when you're being your true self. That's why I said when I saw you on Pompeii in the video, I was like, look at him. He's getting into it. You know? I was like, oh, check him out.
Epull, equality, peace, unity, love, and loyalty. That's what I stand for.
That was mad long ago. I think,
Yeah.
I think I was probably like 22 maybe.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna be 31 next month.
Oh, wow, you look like you're 22 right now.
That's what I'm saying. I've been doing this since I'm like 15. You know what I'm saying? So that's almost over half my life already.
Wow.
Basically, it is half my life I've been doing music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've been on and off, like, cause I didn't start off trying to make money from it. It wasn't about that. It was just about the expression and feeling free and letting go. Like, you know, niggas be afraid to say they was depressed and all that shit. When my mom's died, my friends got killed, so yeah, I was going through depression, all the music, and that's how I coped with everything, was the music and my friends that I had at the time, which was top dollar. That was like a little clique, you know what I'm saying, our music clique. But everybody grows up, you know, people have kids, they get jobs, people die, go to jail, and you know, life happens. But like, I still continued even on the low, like still doing my thing. And then when he heard shit, he's like, yo, bro, like, nah, you playing, like, you gotta put this shit out, like it's go time.
Hit the flow. She don't even know if I get it one time, I make the bitch squirt. She gon' fucking lose her mind. She gon' want it 8 times. I already know. Shorty dipping low.
No, I've heard your songs, and you're really good. Like, you know, you get into your songs, and I was getting into it. I was like, oh, all right. Then I was listening to Swerve over here.
Oh, thank you.
So Lazaris, because you know I'm stuck with the Lazaris thing, you know.
Yes.
What about Swerve? What happened there with Swerve? Because now we're gonna go from the emotional, inspirational conversation to the Swerve.
On them OT, like your homie got the work on the swerve. Stop and then swerve. See me on the block, then I stop and then swerve. Homie look like he be popping them birds, no doubt. I'ma swerve on him, I'ma swerve on him. Homie walk around like he got a damn bird.
Swerve, I'm gonna make you laugh. Swerve is actually a song for male and female. It's like, at a time, there might be a time where, I'll give you a scenario, you're at the club, and you with your friends, and your friends is hyping you up, like, I want to go holler at that shorty over there. And then afterwards you went, but you know you ain't really have nothing on you, and you wasn't balling like that, and she curved you, she swerved on you. You feel me? So I started telling them, like, yo, you got swerved on, you feel me? So then one of my friends, besides the infamous Amadeus, right, one of my friends that we was in the club with, he was telling my friend that he's a wing and all that, right? So I'm like, all right. He's a wing and all that, right? So I'm like, all right, since this guy's a wing and all that, yo, you know you just swerved on him, bro. Like, my man just came all the way over here and asked you, could you play the record and all that? And you told him he was a wing. You heard? You swerved on him. So he was like, yo, that's hot. So I went back, I went to my house, and shout out to DJ Execution, I'll never forget. I was in my house, and shout out to Panacho Beats, which is the maker of the beat for the song, okay? I hear the beat, and I start telling my man, yo, I'm gonna swerve on you. I'm gonna swerve on you. He's like, yo, bro, that's a hit right there. I don't care what you talking about. You need to drop the shit. We was talking for like maybe a week. And then afterwards, I was like, you know what? All right, let the beat sit on me. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna swerve to the beat. Can I imagine myself swerving on a person or in the car? So I'm actually talking about swerving in the car. All right, but everybody else was like, oh, you swerving on these chicks. I see you swerving because I'm known as the Dawn of all strip clubs for being in all the strip clubs and always going crazy. So they was thinking I was talking about, you know, my wife or something. God bless me. I don't have no kids. I don't got none of that yet.
You said God bless me.
Toda vida. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on my craft, you heard? So that's how it is right now. So
you're gonna make me cough.
That's how it is. I'm sorry to make a cough.
I was doing good.
We was getting cocoacaliente for a minute. You know what I mean? So that's what happened with me. So then afterwards, I recorded the song. I remember I recorded the song, and I had my first take on the song. And when I had my first take on the song, I told my friend I wanted to add sound effects and all these different kind of things.
Wow.
And then we listened to it the first way, and then he was just like, it sounds good like this, but I like your voice by itself. That shit just sounds raw. So then afterwards, I was like, you know what? Let's put this shit to the test. So I put it out. Then afterwards, shout out to the infamous Amadeus. You know what I mean? He had a showcase. And at the time, it was Heavens. The club is closed now, but it was Heavens. It was him and Jay Walker and Money Moed. Shout out to him. They came. And he's like, yo, man, I'm going to bring you for the single release. Your shit better be hot, man. So I'm telling you, bro, if it's not hot, you a wing. So I was like, oh, man, I can't be a wing. So I got there. I gave him the song. And I remember when he grabbed me on my shoulder. And he was like, this is it right here. You know what I mean? This song right here is definitely a hit. I like how you put this out. I like the delivery and the energy. And now you got everybody just wanting to swerve on it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. So I got so lucky that basically afterwards he was like, look, I like this song so much. I want to put it on my album. Let's do a remix. So I wound up getting to do the remix with him and Ricky Batts. Salute to him and Ricky Batts. Two other dope artists and Latinos from the Bronx. You know, and afterwards it just wound up becoming a hit for me, a sensation. Like I put it out on actual Spotify. I caught 25K on Spotify. I got blessed. The Lord was there. I truly believe my mom. I lost my mom too. A lot of people don't know. I don't usually speak about her, my grandmother. But I truly believe that they had blessed me and the Lord blessed me and they were looking out for me. And everywhere I was able to tour, I was able to go to South by Southwest Texas, perform for Wu-Tang Clan, open up, run around everywhere with Fat Joe's brother, Money Man, and just do a whole bunch of different shows and get sponsored by Gorilla Tone from Success Clothing. And just, it was just a peak of a year for me. And a lot of people that I see that do singles and rotations put out a single and don't really promote it. Exactly. Like me, I've been promoting it. Shout out to Fetty Wap, just like when he did, you know, Trap Queen. You know, I'm putting the same kind of emotion behind it. Everywhere I go, everybody likes that song. That's just an opening amp song for me, and it's just working for me. So, like they say with the old rules, si no está roto, no hay que romper. You know, I reparar nada.
That's true.
Know what I mean?
True.
So if it's not broken, you don't got to fix it. That's what I do. So I wound up coming out with other singles too. But that, I noticed, catches everybody's ear. Everybody's like, oh my God, I love that record.
Yeah, you know what? It's always one. It's always one record that everyone, I mean, there's always that one main song that you just get into. You just play that play button. You're like, all right, this is it. I mean, the other ones are nice. But I want to know about So Deep.
Oh, okay. So Deep. This right here, you know, shout out to all the ladies that you know. I know in my life that I've done, done things with or whatever, they basically put me in an emotional state where I was by myself, right? And while I was by myself, I started to gather my thoughts. And while I was gathering my thoughts, I said, wow, how can I basically spread a message to these people without disrespecting them and without coming out in an informal way? So what I did was I started listening to this beat by Jay-Z, Shout out to Jay-Z, it was off the Blueprint 2. The Watcher and all that, right? So I'm listening to the beat, and it's one of the intros, right? So I'm listening, and my man's like, I don't think that beat is out. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna find the beat. I'm searching for a week, and then I'm in the kitchen, and I decided to myself, any man know if sometimes your best thoughts will come when you're not thinking.
Absolutely.
All right, like I was in a mind state where I was just like, okay, I just came home from work, like I'm relaxing, you know what I mean? I'm ready for the rest of the day, and then it just hit me, inspired me while I'm in the kitchen. And I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to roll me one fat one with Mary Jane and just sit back and say, you know what, I'm going to give the world my thoughts. And when I did, it just wound up coming out so emotional and pieced together that I just felt like in the world there was only me and my girlfriend. Like me and Tupac, you know what I mean? Like Tupac did with his girlfriend and his gun. So I started rapping about what I felt deep inside of me, and I felt that the pain was so deep that it couldn't be explained. So that's why I said it that way. And if you listen to it right now, basically, and I never put it out so much, I just put it on my YouTube page so that way at the end of the day, I could always remember that one time and place. So that's big on Nina to even know, about that. That's one of them songs that I had tucked away.
Because I was doing my research.
She was doing her research.
I was doing my research. Because, I like to do my research on artists, especially artists that come from the Bronx. Because it means a lot to me, because I come from the Bronx as well. So I love to do my research, But I wanted to ask Epull about Dreams Come True. What's about Dreams Come True? What came true for you that you decided to write that song?
That song is like it was one of the songs that was on the EP that I put out in 2016 called Never Give Up when I was signed to the label EMG that was run by Nova. And that was actually my first single off of that EP. Before the EP was even done, like that was one of the first joints that I did for him. Like he had a fucking dope ass producer from I think it was like Turkey or some shit like that, like overseas or some shit.
And that was
Turkey. No, for real. And that was his beat.
Okay.
I think his name was DJ Assad or something like that. Shout out Assad, like, and he do the beat on in the studio because we used to go to his studio all the time. And I'm like, yo, that's fire. I want this for me. Like, I want that's mine right there. And then I just took it. And then since I just finished signing the deal with this nigga, thinking like, oh, alright, shit, I just finished the Infamous Amadeus. He just had a showcase. I just won that showcase. That's how I met Nova. Like, so I felt like shit was moving. So I'm like, dreams coming true. But if you hear the song, there's dreams come true. Fuck, how does it go again? That's just so old. Dreams come true. You just gotta put that work in.
Eliminate the squares if your circle isn't working. Then you gotta ask yourself, is it even worth it? Is it worth it? Is it even worth it? Is it worth it? Is it even worth it?
Shit's so
it's
old,
okay,
like,
it's okay.
You know what I'm saying? But basically saying like, you gotta put that work in for your dreams to even work.
Exactly.
So regardless whether you have these dreams or these goals that you have, if you just thinking it, if all you doing is being here, it's not gonna be out here.
Absolutely.
So you have to be out here in the now, in the present, and take initiative to be like, all right, this is what I want to make happen. I'm going to make this happen. Dreams come true. I just got to put that work in. And that's how that song came about. Like, all right, now I'm signed. Now I got to put this work in and so my dreams could come true. And that's how I ended up dropping the whole EP, all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like we was talking earlier, and I told you I fell back from this shit for a minute because it's like, it gets disheartening as an artist when you take your craft serious but you don't see it going nowhere. So you got to make a choice whether as we get older you're going to pay rent and all this other extra shit that you have to do in reality, or live this fairy tale life and continue to pursue your dreams and being dead broke and all that shit. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, you could take that route, you know what I'm saying, and you can fuck around and pop and all that shit, but that's a hard road. So I chose to, become more stable mentally and everything financially before I decided to take it serious again. Because now I'm in a great state. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever. Like, let's do this.
So you're basically advising everyone out there that it's upcoming in the industry, keep your job.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep your job if it makes you happy.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you
that's
that.
true.
Because I would have quit mad jobs. I used to work restaurant, construction, all type of crazy shit. But
Wow.
if you're not happy doing what you're doing, and you waking up, and even though that's just paying your rent, but you could go do something that you love and it's still gonna pay your rent, but you just might be struggling a little bit, go do what makes you happy. Because you're gonna be fucking getting up in the morning wanting to shoot yourself, and then you got, say you got family, I'm gonna sit here and I might throw you an attitude because of my job and it has nothing to do with you, or you might have kids, you screaming at your kids because of your job. And like it don't have nothing to do with them, you know what I'm saying? So
I don't know. I used to scream at my kids all the time, even
like
with or without a job. I don't know.
My whole message is just be happy, like be happy what you're doing in life, like, and then follow that, because we don't. Everybody's here for like a blink of an eye.
Of course. You know, I wanted to ask you guys, what inspirational advice do you have for those young ones out there that are trying to upcome in the industry? They're getting a little confused. They might get frustrated because there's a lot in the industry, because it's not just an industry. An industry becomes more than a 9-to-5 job. So what advice do you have for these young ones that are trying to make it and they're going about it the wrong way? Whether they're leaving their jobs, whether they're getting involved into selling drugs, they're doing a lot of things just to get there. What advice do you have?
The advice that I have first is for them to make sure that they have a great support system, a great support team behind them. You can't sit and want to abandon something else that you already do to be able to make a source of income if there's not a group of people to follow you. Remember that if music was just made just for yourself to be able to purchase your own music, you won't need anybody. Everybody be able to be rich. So you need a form of other people and a gathering, and you have to realize that while you're trying to become this multi-celebrity and multi-talented superstar artist that you already feel that you are, you have to conceive the world and make the world believe that. And the only way to do that is by seeing is believing. So I'm not going to believe you, or people are not going to believe you in your actual music if you don't have what you say you rap about. You can't rap about certain things if you don't have a budget. You won't have a budget if you don't have a good high source of income. You won't have a good high source of income if you don't have a good job. You don't have a good job, then you're not going to have any friends or people that follow you. You have some that are lucky that be able to do it and do it from the street. But even if you look at it, now in this day and age, people that are in the street still try to convert their dirty street money into some form of business money, because the money you get in the streets can't be used in the music industry. The music industry is already built. It is like a car, and it is basically already there for you to drive. When you go to buy the vehicle, they don't tell you that we want you to manufacture how we made the car. You just buy the car. So what happens is you have to be able to make sure that you're positive, make sure the group of people around you actually believe in you, and make sure they're not vultures and people just trying to feed up off of you and take from you. Yes. If you see that you bring something to the table, make sure they bring something to the table as well too. It doesn't matter. They might not be the best cameraman. They might be a specialist in computers, an engineer. They might make beats. They might do this. They might have a cousin that does graphics. Whatever it is, you have to use people for their supernatural skills and talent and see that they believe in you. Because it makes no sense at the end of the day for you to try to just believe in other people if they don't believe in you. You as the artist, remember, your job is to showcase your talent and skill. The only way you could do that is by other people believing in that skill to hone it, so other people can see it. Seeing is believing. Then there's investors. There's all kind of people that will invest into you, but people are not going to want to invest into you unless you invest into yourself. Absolutely. So this is where it comes from, where you have to be with positive role models, have positive energy, and you have to have a tremendously hard work ethic. Hay que trabajar de lo más duro. Yes. Gente, nadie te lo va a dar ahí mismito. Nothing is going to come all directly to you. Record labels don't come knocking on your door. In this day and age, we're in the age of information and technology and the actual internet. So you are your own marketing and media company. We basically give the tools to children that are even less than 10 years old, the way to be able to market their own business and franchise. If you don't know, it starts even with everything from merchandise to marketing yourself to having a good product, a good name, a good brand. All right, and being able to stick to your work curriculum as an artist. Because as an artist, you have fans, you have people that are depending on you. You have to be able to make sure you're putting out good content, that you're relevant, and that you're not big-headed. Absolutely. That you're still humble. Even when you still make it, remember that God put you in that blessing first, and remember that things have to work out. And you have to be able to make sure that you micromanage, because if you already have a life that's already initiated, you have to make sure you make time for this. This is very time consuming. It takes a lot of different things, and there's going to be people that are in your corner that you would never expect to be in your corner, and the people that you thought that were going to be there aren't going to be there. They usually are there after everything happens. If you look at most success stories, even Michael Jackson, everyone, Elvis Presley, everybody that was actually out, the people that they loved and their loved ones didn't believe in them. They thought that it was a blind man dream until they actually succeeded in what they wanted to do with their work curriculum.
Yes.
And you have to believe in something I call the laws of attraction. All right, the world does something where at the end it gives you what you might need, and you might not actually believe in the law of attraction, but the universe knows no different. Remember that today I said, okay, and I'm 32 years old, okay, and I don't look it, I know I look amazing, God bless me, thank you. That's what happens when you don't do drugs and when you actually take care of yourself. Okay, so what happens is, I said to myself, I started making music since I was 8 or 9 years old. And I said to myself, I'm going to be in the music industry regardless of what. And I'm going to be around some of these top superstars. And at 15, 16, 17, yeah, I had a lot of money. I did a lot of stuff, but I was doing it with the wrong people and in the wrong way. So I wound up getting a chance to even get signed to Universal Music. Wow. And I had to be able to put my life on the line with some people that I didn't want. And God gave me a second chance and told me, my son, you're still going to be able to make it without that. And that's why I'm at where I'm at today. You understand? So live your testimony and realize that your dreams can come true, but you don't have to sell yourself or your soul or short, or just the people that are there from your foundation to be able to make it. Stay positive and make sure you stay sucker free.
You are very inspiring. You're inspiring me. By the way, I'm a big fan of The Secret as well.
Thank you. You already know.
Very big fan of The Secret. I love the documentary. It's awesome. You know, you guys are very inspirational. You know, I wanted to ask a little favor from you guys.
Of course.
I want to hear a little bit of freestyle.
Okay.
You know, let's see. How about I hear Crossfire?
Oh, you want to hear Crossfire? Things ain't the same, get caught up in crossfire. Caution yellow tape, get caught up in crossfire. No, you're not safe, get caught up in crossfire. I go, yo, I was taught to ride with my
honor. That's word to my mom. I load the 40 up, it's on if it's drama. I done had block wars, goddamn on the bigger scale. 1/6 we push keys off a Richter scale. I had the big fiends, skinny like sickle cell. Got it
down the Interville, the industry's my playground. It's my regular living as well. I'm a master with a rich thoughts. Blast you with a tray 8 for thinking you the big boss. Give your ass a supply from a rich port. I'm a fly guy, slick talk. I'm beyond what you thought success clothing. The mother top dawn of New York.
Wow, I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. So Epull, what about you? Can you give me some of Still Feel Me?
Ooh, that's throwback. Damn. Yeah, that's throwback. Shout out Kiss, that's throwback. Shit, good stuff.
Is it too throwback or you want to do another one?
Last 3 years just been crazy. My mom's passed away and my girl just lost a baby. It's driving me insane. I don't know how to handle it. It ain't one thing, it's another. On some random shit. Pops died when I was 7. I kept the candle lit, lighting nails
off the flame. High, no landing strip. Meditating, reaching out to the past. Got lost in my soul for a month and a half. Got up to a pound and went down to a half. You never know when you chasing that cash. Old head told me stop wasting money, stop chasing that ass. Nigga said, damn, eyes on me when the enemy blast. Stay on point, young and grinding all day in the night till the morning. Niggas who you thought was your mans is now informants. Police mad that I ran, I had a warrant. Talking about stop or I shoot, I just ignored them. If not, I probably wouldn't be here on this beach chair, enjoying all this free air. Yeah, no one said it would be fair. Damn, I forgot that shit. That's just
by the way, it's not a beach chair.
I know.
It's a stool. I'm just joking. Well, guys, you know, it's been a pleasure. Yes. Like hanging out with you guys.
It was a pleasure.
You guys are so inspiring. I mean, I love.
Thank you for trying to get me drunk on camera.
You know, I did give you sausage and cheese.
Yeah, that's what she said. Eso fue que ella dijo.
You know, and crackers and stuff like that. So you know, that way you can burn out the liquor. And you know, again, you guys been awesome, and love to have you around. Hopefully we could do this again.
Before we end, I only got one question.
What?
Why is the cola caliente?
What happened? The cocoacaliente.
You tell me, why is it caliente?
Oh, because what had happened was, I like to drink a lot, right?
Okay.
Some good Puerto Rican alcohol. And, you know, I just said, my mother always says, you know, that I'm caliente. So that's what she always says. She always says, mira, tú eres caliente. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm Puerto Rican, so I named it cocoacaliente. I figure it would be interesting, you know. I mean,
that's dope. And
you know, you guys gonna enjoy the interview with Nina Garcia, cocoacaliente, and let them know where they could plug you in.
You already know. You can find me at Lazaris the Top Don on everything. That's on all platforms.
Epull.
You can find me everywhere at Epull Music.
All right, guys. See you soon. Love ya. Wow.
There we go. Dope.